Wow, we got back just in time to be worked at. Thank you for the work. Hello, hello. Good evening slash morning slash whatever time we're on, everyone. Hello, hello, and welcome as always. I am Celine. These are the Woodlings. This is the warm, fuzzy game room, which also doubles as a chocobo party. Teleporting helicopter says I must ensure balance. Yes. Amazing, amazing. We were not expecting to have that many people on tonight because we're streaming at admittedly very weird hours, and the reason for that is because my sleep schedule is just completely and utterly ruined at this point. I think I've been asleep for something like 16, 17 out of the last 24 hours. So it turns out we have moderate to severe sleep apnea. So that's why sleep has been such an issue for us. Anyway, we like just woke up, even though it's like 3 in the morning on our end. And whatever, I just felt like doing some Pokemon. I didn't think anyone was going to be on at this hour, but I'm very blessed to have you all. We've got Teleporting Helicopter, we've got Serious Song, we've got Penguin Mayhem. Say says 4:44 a.m. Say, my goodness. Now, we just got up. Like you can't tell us that we should be going to bed and getting sleep and stuff because we've been up for about maybe 3 hours now. But what's your excuse? Why are you up at this hour? You should get some self-care and stuff. Although it's wonderful to have you. Don't get me wrong. I just, I don't want anyone teleporting says I'm 6 hours into the future. I don't want anyone harming themselves to just to see our stream, but it is lovely to see you all. Thank you so much. Zay says, I'm sure I'll be slipping away at some point, but this is the perfect winding down. Ah, well, perfect. Amazing. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and turn off that moderator highlight thing. Twitch is experimenting with a bunch of new chat highlight features. So Say is one of our mods, so anytime Say says anything, it's got that big flashy moderator highlight, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn that back off. First time chat from Frieza Rix. Hello and welcome. Frieza says sleep is a myth anyway. I suppose that is true, especially when you're us and you have ADHD and apnea, apparently. Say says, I'll be falling asleep easier thanks to this. Oh, well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad we can give you something nice and cozy and warm to just drift off to. Teleporting says, a new person, quick, greet them. We just did. What else do you want? I guess we can work at them. Let's do that. Have your which one is it? That's not a work, that's a que. Here you go. Have a chocobo coup. There you go. You've been officially welcomed to the channel. So let's go ahead and get the music. Where did the music go? Let's go ahead and stop that. Let's go ahead and well timed. Excellent. Thank you very much for that. And let's go ahead and get back into poking some Pokemons. That is loud. Hold on. That is very loud. One moment. Okay, hold on. We can fix this. We can fix it. It's just under config sound options, sound settings. Yeah, let's turn that down a bit. How's that? Better, but still a bit loud. But we're at least on the right track. Yeah, I'm glad we can help you go to sleep with these giant, like, ear-splitting sudden gongs. Okay. Yeah, we'll fix this. We'll fix this. Bring this down to about there. Getting closer. Really? Okay, how's that? Is that better? I don't want to blow anyone out or anything, but hopefully we sound okay. Hopefully the game sounds okay. No, I can already tell the game's too loud. There we go. Hopefully we sound okay. Hopefully the game now sounds okay. And hopefully this is hopefully we're good to go now. That's what I was going to say. Zay says, that sounds excellent to me. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, that said, we are now in game. We are now ready to do the thing. So, let's put a team together, and we have some business to take care of. Now that we caught Ho last stream, that unlocks a lot of stuff we've been ignoring, actually, but then we have some unrelated stuff we've been ignoring too. So I'm going to go back and address a lot of stuff. So we have to put a very specific party together for this. We're going to need, we had Priscilla with us just to walk around and get some walking around happiness points. Zay says, I'm a little behind. The game's a little quiet to me now, but it's all your preference. No, that's fine. Let's turn that up a bit then, in that case. All right. And maybe a little more. Okay. And so we're gonna need the girl, Empress Moonchild herself. Let's also grab Badger 2 for this. And then, of all wands, this is gonna sound peculiar, but we're going to need the Pikachu-colored Pichu and the spiky-eared Pichu from when we went back and did that event. I think we only need the spiky-eared one. I don't think we need the Pikachu-colored one, but I'm going to bring both just in case. So there's our party. And with that party, we have business in, of all places, what's the starting town called again? Is it Newbark? I think it's Newbark. We're going all the way back to Newbark Town. Zay says, cool event stuff. Yes, we're doing a lot of event stuff tonight. The Newbark theme always takes us back. So the first thing we're going to do, this happened off stream, so I'm going to kind of have to do a bit of explaining to get you all caught up. But if you check out Her Majesty's status screen, there's a certain new addition here. I don't know if you see it offhand, but if you look in the lower left corner, Her Imperial Majesty, Empress Moonchild herself, is now the proud owner of a shiny leaf. So what is a shiny leaf, you may ask? Oh, by the way, Badger 2 has one as well, but they're the only ones who do. So, yeah, so Moonchild has one, Badger 2 has one, no one else has one. So what are shiny leaves? Well, let's pull up a map in the Pokegear here. That's not what I meant to do, because I didn't mean to reset the music, so I'm going to go inside and back out to turn the music back to Newbark. Okay, so Teleporting Helicopter says, does the shiny leaf make a crunchy noise if stepped on? I mean, it might, but that's not why we have it. So we're looking at a world map here. So we've got, you know, all these different routes, you know, Route 44, 42, 43, you know, all these different places in the world, right? So every Pokemon in this game, based on their personalities. So this doesn't have anything to do with their species. It's not that it's different because Moonchild's a Meganium or anything. It's different for Moonchild because she has a hardy nature, and Badger 2 has an adamant nature. So all hardy Pokemon are in one group, all adamant Pokemon are in one group, etc. So they're grouped by nature. Now, every Pokemon nature has 5 routes in this game. And which 5, they won't tell you. There's no way to know except just to go there and try it. But and again, which ones it is depends on each nature anyway. So Moonchild was at Route 42 in particular. That's where she got hers, because if you have a hardy nature, then Route 42 just happens to be one of your 5. So every Pokemon nature has 5 routes. And if you go to one of those exact specific routes and you are standing in the tall grass, it has to be in the tall grass, and that Pokemon is the one that's in your lead position, the one that's following you, so the one that's in the position that that Drake here is right now. If you talk to them while they're standing in the grass in one of their 5 pre-designated routes, then there's, and even if you satisfy all these conditions, it's not guaranteed. It's like a 5% chance, so you have to keep doing it. But if they're standing in the grass on one of their 5 routes and you talk to them, there's a chance they find a shiny leaf. And if they find a shiny leaf, then it just says, this Pokemon found a shiny leaf, and you attach it to them, and now they're wearing it, and now they have it in their little profile here. It's just a little badge they're wearing. It's like one of the contest ribbons or something. It just looks pretty. It doesn't actually, for like how hard these things are to get, they don't actually do anything at all. They are purely for aesthetics. They're purely for decoration. But Ethan will have something to say if you bring him one. So we're going to put the girl in front, and we're going to go check in with our good friend whose house, I forget which one is his. I think it might be this one. I mean, there are only 4 houses in this town, so nope. So we'll find him by process of elimination, if nothing else. There we go. Okay. Oh, Ethan, I love you so much. Ethan is just the most wholesome addition to the entire Pokemon series. He's everything I needed to get over that that way I used to be all looking at this series in entirely the wrong way. Ethan is what I needed to snap out of that. He's the best trainer in the entire series. Anyway, hey Ethan, we've got something to show you. Penguin says Smogonitis. Yes, exactly. I was infected bad with Smogonitis. I was basically silver, like in the early encounters in this game where he's all just rah rah rah, we need the strongest Pokemon, and he's just all miserable all the time. And like, that was me. And Ethan is the person who taught me that, you know what, Pokemon are supposed to be fun. It doesn't matter what his Marill's IVs or EVs or anything like that are. He's probably never been in a fight in his life, but he's just having the time of his life, just like running around in circles, playing tag, playing hide and seek, just enjoying his pet and just being happy. He's just the most wholesome thing, and that's what I needed. Just he's the positive example that snapped me out of, like, I used to be Silver and now I'm Ethan. He's the better role model. That said, he knows what shiny leaves are. Legend has it that only Pokemon that have formed a close bond with people can find such leaves. That's actually not true, by the way. The leaves, like I said, they're sorted by nature, and you just have to be on one of the 5 specific routes that correspond to that Pokemon's nature, and then they have a chance of finding them, even if they hate your guts. They don't need friendship for that. It's just, but it's a lot more fun to imagine that it's a friendship-based thing. People used to turn the leaf into a beautiful crown when they managed to collect 5 of them. Let me see it when you find another. Okay. Flair says, oh, hello, Flair. Good to see you. Flair says, legend has it that Mew is under a truck, too. Excuse me, that one's true. My uncle works at Nintendo. So, the challenge then, these two have 1 shiny leaf apiece. The challenge is to find the other 4. Now, you can just go to like Bulbapedia and look up, you know, where the leaves are depending on the natures. Like, there's a whole table and everything. But I don't really want to force it like that, especially because they don't even do anything when you get all of them. Like, all they are is for aesthetics. Well, okay, the one thing they do, if you look at your trainer card here, there are certain in-game achievements that level up your trainer card, and all that will do is, if you see I have 2 stars in the upper right corner there and a green, like a mint green colored card, I think I got 1 star for beating the Elite Four, and then another for unlocking the Friendship Room at the Pokeathlon. But yeah, there's just like little in-game achievements like that. Every time you get one, you get a star on your card, and it gets a different colored background. And that doesn't do anything either. That's all just for aesthetics. So if I can get all 5 shiny leaves on any one particular Pokemon and get a leaf crown, then I'll get another level up on my trainer card, so it'll be 3 stars, and then I don't even know what color background it'll be, but it doesn't matter. It's the same information. It just changes the background color and gives you a little star there. It doesn't. So none of these actually do anything. So I decided I really want to. Claire says, yeah, 5-star trainer cards was something I think all the 3DS Pokemon had, and later ones are some real esoteric things. So, yeah, so I know 1 you get just for beating the game, just for beating the Johto Elite Four. 1 we got for unlocking the Friendship Room in the Pokeathlon. 1 will be if we could get a shiny crown. I forget what the other 2 are. They're probably something. Oh, there probably is 1 for the Battle Frontier, which we're not even going to bother, and I don't even know. Who cares? But anyway, so I find that it's more rewarding with the shiny leaves, especially because they don't do anything anyway, to just let them happen organically. So if you've ever seen, you know, when we're like just walking out in the field and I'm just kind of walking through the grass and I'm just taken aside like, hey, how are you feeling, Empress? What's going on? And, you know, we get these little cute little asides like them rolling around in the grass. We had a clip of Badger 2 rolling around in the grass. Just some adorable moments like that. So this is me very subtly munching at the grass. Oh dear. This is me very subtly checking if this happens to be one of the shiny leaf routes for this Mon, and if so, if she just happens to get it, and if not, it doesn't matter. We'll just move on. So she didn't get one that time. Whatever. I could just look up where they all are and just farm them, but I find it's more rewarding to just be out minding our own business, just like, hey girl, how are you feeling? And then just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she has a shiny leaf, which is how she got her first one. And it was a really cool moment. I'm only sad that it happened off screen because we were rematching a trainer. But, you know, so I'm not going to really bother getting the rest of the leaves on purpose, but it'll be cool. Well, I do know where one of them is, so we can go get... One of them is in 37, the one that's just south of Krudiak. So we can show you the fetching mechanics. I don't know where the other ones are, but I can get you this one just to show, like, this is what getting a shiny leaf looks like. So you take your Pokemon with the right nature, Hardy in this case, and Adamant. They're actually in the same group, so this will be where Badger 2 and Empress... or excuse me, Moonchild get their second leaf. But you go to the right route, you go into the grass, and then you just talk to her until she finds it. And it may take a while. Like, it took something like 30-something tries for... Oh, there it is. So I just happen to know, and the game will never tell you or anything, it's just something you kind of have to find out either through looking it up on Bulbapedia or just, you know, just stumbling around like we've been doing. But we just happen to know that this route right here, Route 37 in particular, happens to be one of the shiny leaf spots for Pokemon that have... Hardy and Adamant natures in particular, which describes Moonchild and Badger 2. So we'll get them their leaves. And then, again, I don't know where the rest of them are after that, but I'm not going to spend too much time, like, looking around for them on purpose. I'm just going to let the rest of them happen organically after we get these ones. It always seems to take a little longer for Badger 2 to find his. I don't know why that is. I think that's just a percentage thing, because probability is weird, and it's like, it's a 5% chance. And that's twice now that Moonchild just happened to get hers, like, right off, but Badger 2's going to take a while for his. Aww. But at least we're getting really adorable moments like this in the meantime. Flair says, looking it up, beat the Elite Four. Oh, hold on. Like, right... Oh, no, that's a different one. Okay, Flair says, beat the Elite Four, get the Friendship Room at the Pokeathlon, get the Shiny Crown, complete the National Dex minus event-exclusive Mon, and get 100 Battle Tower wins in a row. Okay, so those last two are not going to happen. They're not. That's because no, just absolute. I refuse. I refuse. So we can maybe, if we're lucky, we can get 3 more leaves for these guys and get the shiny crown. And then we'll have a level 3 card, and that's gonna be enough. There we go. Yeah, it takes Badger 2 longer to find his, but I think that's just sheer probability. I think that's just 5% chance, just doing weird things. Badger 2 is just a little less lucky than Moonchild, maybe. Anyway, so now you know what the shiny leaf mechanic looks like. We may be subtly, surreptitiously talking to these two in particular as we go through routes in the rest of the game, like just in case on the random off chance that there happens to be a leaf in that route. But I'm not going to look up where they actually are and like get the rest of them on purpose, because that takes the joy out of it, I think. It should be a joyous experience to find one of those. It shouldn't be this mechanical farming experience. Anyway, now that the leaves are taken care of, let's switch good old spiky ear here. Yep. You actually have business with Professor Elm. That is quite a rare Pichu. And the ear is spiky. That's strange. You met it at the Ilex Forest? Yeah. Time travel, you say? Can use its mystic power called time travel. Blair says, don't be Poke-ableist, Elm. And, look, having a spiky ear is valid. Some Pichus just have spiky ears. That doesn't make them any lesser. Use its mystic power called time travel. We know what time travel is. You don't have to put it like that. There's this thing called time travel. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. To travel to the past and future. Is that how time travel works? Interesting. Thank you, Elm. We never would have figured that out. This Pichu has been affected by traveling so far through time with Celebi. Blair says, time travel, the mystical power to travel through space, which takes time, also known as just travel. So what that actually, so the spiky-eared Pichu cannot be transferred outside of this game. This is the only game, like not even, I don't think it can even go to Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, like even the other Gen 4 games, let alone any of the other generations. Like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I think is the only game in which data for the spiky-eared Pichu in particular even exists. Therefore, there are a lot of safeguards in this game where if we try to go to any Pokemon Center or Link Club or anything and like do a trade, do a time capsule, like do anything that involves transferring a Pokemon, they will immediately be like, they'll immediately spot the spiky-eared Pichu and be like, nope, you can't come. This spiky-eared Pichu is not going anywhere. It is stuck in this game. It cannot leave Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and any Pokemon Center will just instantly just not let me trade if we're trying to trade it, which is a little sad. But oh well. At least it can spend time with its friend here, with her friend here. I'm sorry. So what's next? So we're going to the Ilex Forest next, I believe. Speaking of Celebi and time travel, we have another event at her shrine. It's Celebi's shrine. Celebi is technically not gendered, I think, even though most of the fandom treats Celebi as female, but anyway, we're going to take Celebi to their shrine in the Ilex Forest and witness another event. So let's put our Pichus back. Let's bring you out. And we actually need one more Mon with us. Blair says, oh right, to get spiky-eared Pichu, you had to transfer that special shiny Pichu from Diamond Pearl Platinum. Was that a Diamond Pearl Platinum transfer? I think it was. I think we got ours just from a mystery gift. But, yeah, you get the Pikachu-colored Pichu, and then that gets you the spiky-eared one. Need one more Mon with us who can fight, because I think we've got a battle coming up. You'll do. You'll more than do. You're the highest level one we have. So between... We've got our HM users and then Celebeach to trigger the event. But then we've got you three in the back, and you should be able to handle anything that comes up, I think. Blair says, yeah, they released it in a mystery gift for Heart Gold Soul Silver when they reran it for Platinum. But first mystery gift was Diamond Pearl. Oh, okay. I forgot there were random encounters here. This isn't the kind of fighting I meant. Also, you're a Zubat. Let's just not. Ethan? I didn't realize you were part of this event. That's a little unexpected. What brings you to the time travel event? Hello and welcome, Sushi and friends. What is going on in here? We are playing Pokemon SoulSilver. What's going on with you? Have we heard the legend of the shrine? They say people disappear when they tamper with it. Say says, I sleep. Thank you so much. Enjoy, everyone. Sleep well, Say. The rest of the VOD will be here tomorrow, as always. Thank you so much for winding your day down with us. Sleep well. Have pleasant dreams. I didn't touch anything, just for the record. Sushi says, I have been hopping between Digimon and Pokemon streams. Well, thank you for finding ours. Yona, hello. Yona wants us to take a sip. Let's stay hydrated. We have hydrated. Oh. Okay. That's normal. Sushi says, are you doing a challenge run? Not particularly. We're just kind of going through this game casually. This is a long time ago, like 4 years ago, I think. I started to do a written, like Let's Play, like on LiveJournal at the time. No, it was Dreamwidth, I think. But I just kind of lost steam. That project went on hiatus because writing's hard, and then it just went dormant for 4 years. And now that we're on Twitch, I decided to bring it back and finish it up here, just so that these guys get the closure they deserve. You know, I didn't want them to just languish like that. So no, this isn't a challenge run. It's not anything special. It's not a speed run. It's just taking this old team that from like way back in the day and just going through the game, just trying to make some memories, have a good time. So I was not expecting Ethan to come with us on this little time travel journey, but that's, I mean, he's welcome company. He's definitely like one of my favorite characters in the, if not my favorite character in the entire Pokemon franchise at this point. 3 years ago. So we've traveled 3 years in the past? Celebi can travel through time using its mystic power called time travel. Really, you guys? Celebi can travel through time. Like, time travel is not this term that we haven't heard before. Like, you don't have to say they can travel through time using its mystic power called time travel. Like, yeah, that's how time travel works. Thank you. But, okay. Sure. Oh, hey. So this brings up another thing. Yona says time travel makes you travel through time? I know, right? We're learning so much in this stream tonight. So this brings up something else I kind of have, you've probably noticed by now, but I should probably explain myself. In the written Let's Play, I mentioned that I named our rival, who's by default called Silver, something else. I didn't say what that name was, and I spent the rest of the whole written portion of that playthrough just calling him Silver, just like for privacy reasons. But, you know, just, hey, by the way, like, technically he's not called Silver in this file, but I'm just calling him Silver in the blog anyway. Now that we're streaming it, you can obviously see the name here. The cat is very much out of the bag. I can't hide it anymore. Yes, I named him Jesse. So the reason for that, back when I was in like elementary school, there was a kid in my class. This would have been around 5th grade, I think. There was a kid in my class named Jesse who I had a I shouldn't say too much without getting into like heavy content warnings, but let's just say I had a very complicated relationship with him, and he happened to look just like this guy, like shoulder length hair and everything, and it like between that and his being the antagonist in this game, someone we fight a lot and someone who just kind of makes life miserable for me, I just, I the name just came to mind. I look at him and I think of Jesse, so that's what that's all about. Uh, you told me you were #1 in the world. Penguin says, "Say no more, dear." Yeah, okay, thank you. So that's Giovanni, and if this is 3 years ago, this would have been right after Red defeated him and made Team Rocket disband. Penguin says also, "Hello, I'm actually here now. I smell. We're welcome back." Fire says, yeah, this would have been right after Red Blue. And also, this is clearly the start of Jesse's daddy issues and his Smogonite issues. So I guess now we have his backstory. Ethan says, "Who does he think he is?" Oh, honey, don't mess with him. That is the opposite of the person you want to be. He was my bad role model for a long time. You're my good role model. Don't associate with him. Just be yourself, Ethan. So Celebi just wanted to show us that and then whisk us off again? So Celebi's the ghost of Christmas past? Is that what's happening here? Celebi just kind of wanted us to see that, I guess, and Penguin says, "Did you hear? Team Rocket got bullied by a literal child. Poggers, LMAO." So this would be, I guess, the answer to whatever happened to Giovanni, because last time we saw any mention of him in the main story of Gold and Silver was when Team Rocket took over the radio tower and was trying to call out to him, and he just didn't show up, and then we beat them and they went away, and we never really heard whatever became of him. Like, did he not hear that broadcast? Did he hear it and just choose not to answer? Is he in hiding? Is he dead? Is he like just all we ever knew about Giovanni is that Team Rocket called out to him and he just didn't show up. But I guess now we're about to find out. Penguin says Celebi is a time wizard. Being an inscrutable troll is part of the job. Penguin says he left them on red for 2 whole years. You'd think they'd take the hint. Oh, he was actually going to answer them. Was he actually going to come back? We waited Goldenrod City to answer the call and join my team. Was their plan actually going to work? But we stopped him via time travel? Like our future self stopped Giovanni before he could rejoin the team when our past self was breaking up the rest of the oh my gosh. Penguin says, "Oh God, welcome to stable time loops." That's wild. I didn't think that the answer to like why Giovanni didn't show up is that future us stopped him. And like that he was going that he was on his way to like rejoin Team Rocket and that plan was actually going to work. I figured he just like abandoned them on purpose, you know, like you said, like he left them on red for 2 whole years. Like he just didn't have any interest in rejoining them. And they were just barking up the wrong tree from the beginning. But apparently, that plan was this close to working. But Celebi just took me through time so that future me could stop him. Huh. Penguin says, for further reading, see Pokemon Forever movie. Yeah, that's the broadcast. So Giovanni definitely heard it. He's got a radio right there. He's gonna do it. He's on his way to rejoin him. Oh my gosh, it's happening. Penguin says Celebi saw Team Rocket getting back together and was like, alright, putting a stop to that nonsense. I was not expecting it to turn out like this, honestly. So, I had some of this event spoiled for me beforehand. I knew that if you brought Celebi to the Ilex Shrine, you'd see Silver/Jesse's backstory, then you'd see Giovanni in a cave and you'd fight him, and it confirmed that he did in fact hear the broadcast. That's all I knew. I thought he just heard it and said, good luck with that, and then just fought you anyway, just like for funsies. I did not expect that he was actually going to do it. I'm kind of hyped now. This is intense. Penguin says, now some things in Horus and Sun Moon make more sense. Well, no Sun Moon spoilers because we might be playing that one next, but if there's anything in Horus in particular, do tell. Also, who should we bring out for this Nidoking here? Let's bring Badger2 out, because what are you gonna do? Poison him? Penguin says, yeah, can't really go into more detail at the moment. Just hang tight, okay, team? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. It's not very effective, and yet I still just managed to blast that thing into orbit because a stab focus punch from Badger2 off his 200 plus attack stat is still kind of a big deal. Penguin says, anyway, go Team Celine. Beat up this retired old mobster. Blair says, unrelated to Sun and Moon, Horus gets into alternative universe shenanigans mostly, and points out that the original Ruby Sapphire is in a timeline where X and Y never happened, which is their excuse for having Mega Evolution all over in Horus. Oh, you... That was rude. That was all kinds of rude. You woke up way too early, and you threw off our focus punch. That was just not very nice of you. Can he stay asleep this time and not do that again? There you go. Yeah, you can talk about the XY timeline. Holy heck, Badger2, 5 more attack? Do you really need 5 more attack? That's just a little excessive, don't you think, sweetie? The ancient superweapon Lysander is trying to use an XY that fired 3,000 years ago and created a parallel timeline. Aha! Blair says the split point for Ruby Sapphire and Horus is explicitly Kalos won that war versus Kalos lost that war. Penguin says it gets down into downright Zelda timeline levels. What the heck am I reading? Goodness. Aww. It is kind of sad, honestly. Aww. Aww. Penguin says, Ethan, they're violent criminals who chopped slowpoke tails off and tried to literally take over the world. Please stop feeling sorry for them. Seeing them in their remnant state when you beat them in the Goldenrod radio tower, this harkens back to the written days of our Let's Play, like way back when I wrote that entry. But it was kind of humbling. Claire says, Ethan, your morale has been losing their shit. They just saw you swoop into non-existence for goodness knows how long. At least Celine's Pokemon came with you. And now we've got Ian to contend with, yes? That's a really exciting adventure. I sure don't have any adventures of our own that could top that story. Oh right, we can't fly in the Ilex Forest. Penguin says, okay, so we're back in the shrine. Wait, how long have we been gone? ... Celebi, how long have we been gone? Claire says, I was trying to catch a wild ditto, and, well, long story short, I learned how eggs work. Alright, let's do some more party reorganization now that Celebi event's taken care of. That, I was not expecting there to be any surprises in that event, because again, I had it spoiled for me. Or I thought I did. I didn't have the fact that, that Giovanni was actually going to do it, and it almost worked. That was a surprise. So that was really intense, and I'm glad we got to experience that. Thank you for witnessing that with us. Penguin says, it's time to explore the wild and wacky world of archaeology? Almost. Almost. There is one more thing we need to do first. Let's go back to... What's our party lineup looking like? Who haven't we used in a while? Actually, you know what? Let's let the power couple do it. We're gonna have a double battle soon, and I think the power couple can take care of that. So I was wrong about our last episode, the battle in Mount Moon being the finale of the Silver/Jesse story arc. There is, well, counting this event, so there's his backstory, of course, which we now see, but there is one more place we can find him before he just gets into, like, you know, you can, like, eventually he gets to a point where you can just rematch him a couple times a week and he just stays that way for the rest of the game. So he's there and he'll just keep being there for the rest of the game. But there is one more, like, actual event first, which is, I think it's Blackthorn. The Dragon's Den isn't Blackthorn, right? Because we're going to the Dragon's Den. That's our next stop. Zach, hello! You missed, I don't even know how to explain what you missed, but you'll see it on the VOD. But it was wild. But, we've got archaeology coming up, and we're going to see the finale of our rival's full story arc. I know I said that's what Mount Moon was, but I was wrong. There was actually one more event I forgot. So this should be the actual end. And for that, we just need to head over to the Dragon's Den. And he should be around here somewhere. Maybe I'm not exactly sure where, except in the Dragon's Den somewhere. Let's just proceed towards the middle where all the plot stuff happened. Yeah, there he is. Okay, cool. All right. Wait, what do I have? Okay. It's a double battle, but it's a team double battle, so it's... There we go. Penguin says, now I have this mental image of Oracle standing up on the Empress's back like a mounted gun shooting ice beams at everything. I love that so much. Claire says, are you ready for him to have experienced the power of friendship? Hi, Celine, and you. Zach says, I'm impressed someone took the mental image of an emporical mounting and made it wholesome. Wow, we're fighting the Cape Club. Hey, that's actually really appropriate. We've each got our starters. Blair says dragon tamers universally get issued a cape. Zach says, "Wait, he's fighting alongside you?" Yeah, this is the culmination of his entire arc. He's eventually learned to calm down enough that he's actually teaming up with us now, sort of. I mean, he's still grumpy about it, but he's doing it. So, I think, let's see. I think Moonchild can take out the Dragonair with an energy ball. That's going to be a weakness, right? Whoops. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that didn't work how I wanted it to at all, did it? Penguin says Dragonair is pure dragon, dear. Okay, I thought Dragonair was part water. Okay, shows what we know. You know what? Which one's which? I can never remember. That's special. Reflect is physical. Okay. You know what? Oh. How about you try and get some protection up for us? Wow, nice shot, Gengar. Why are they so deadly? Oh, that's why. Look at their levels. Oh, I see. Okay. This is going to be tougher than I thought it was. So that Gyarados is kind of a big deal. Yeah, Penguin, we just noticed that too. So let's now that we've got the screen up, and that should help with our stability a little, let's bring in the other half of the power couple. Because that Gyarados is going to be a problem. Oh, you jerk. Fortunately, that wasn't that bad. Okay, so, you need to go down, like, immediately. Ooh, nice! That was actually a really good move. It was enough to finish off the Dragonair and even soften up the Gyarados while we're at it. That was perfect. Well played, Silver. Excellent move. Zach says, Silver has a Crobat. He has a Pokemon with We Are Really Good Friends evolution requirement. I'm honestly impressed. Yeah, he grew up. That's his whole thing. This is what we're seeing now, is the fact that he grew up. You? Oh, you asshole. Excuse me, sorry. Let's try that again, shall we? Okay. battle's not going well. My goodness. This is a tough team. Can you please get wrecked? Dang it. Was really hoping that the answer to that would be yes. Oh, this is going very poorly. Okay. We're in trouble. Fortunately, Silver took probably the biggest pain in the ass off the field, so things should hopefully be better from here. Dreamwidth says, Priscilla just got Garchomped. Zach says, so next attempt, focus fire on Gyarados. I think we can still pull this one out. It's going to be a lot uglier than I was hoping, but I think we can do it. But we're going to need a little help. Now? Nice! Well done! Gotta say, our partner is actually pulling his weight. This is going, like... I remember when Saria was playing Platinum and he got stuck with your childhood friend, rival, whatever, in that game in the double battle against Galactic, and his team was just awful, and it was basically a handicap match. But that's not the case here. Even though Silver's down to his last Pokemon, and he's really helping. So I think Ice Beam's going to be neutral to both of these guys? So I'm going to focus fire on the Charizard because he's level 68, and that's kind of a big deal. Blair says Water Pulse the Char. Yeah. Yeah, okay. God, can you quit doing that? God damn it. Oh, that status annoyance is actually going to be on our side for once. Thank you, Crobat, for doing... Wow, down to our HM users. This is dire. Okay, so someone needs to be revived. Blade Wings is about to take one for the team here, and I'm sorry for that. Let's see if Priscilla can do anything. Yeah, I figured. I'm sorry, Blade Wings. You didn't deserve that. Penguins, I think you might have brought completely the wrong team here. I think so. I think we can still do it. I think. It's, okay. You can't pick a target with that? Okay, we'll do Dragon Claw then. That Charizard really needs to die. Why does it know... Why is the AI so good here? Why? Okay, maybe this will be a next time kind of thing. I really should have saved before this, huh? Hmm. Can you please, like, actually be confused by your confusion? Like, even once? Please? This is getting... First off, you. Go to hell. I like how that sounded like a glum, like, okay. Of course you did. Right, so we need a different team. Based on the nonsense we just saw. Okay, so that's pure electric there. Larry says Krako might actually be better than Rockbiter, not just for the type, but the fact that they're faster. I mean, neither are what I would call speedy, although Krako does have a quick claw, I guess. No, Rockbiter's actually faster. But there is that fire weakness. Yeah, okay, you can lead. If you can at least get the Gyarados off the board before it kills like 3 people like the last one did, that at least puts us at a better starting position? Penguin says either way you're going to need Safeguard. If you don't Safeguard, that Dragonair will just troll you to death. Did it know any status moves? It didn't use them last time. It just went straight for the kill last time. Anyways, has it Thunder Waved immediately? Oh, right. That's right. I remember now. Okay, so we are going to need to lead with the girl then. So you can start, throw Safeguard, switch in. This may be our best shot. Let's try it with... Well, okay, actually... Yeah, let's try it with this team. Penguin says, yeah, Lance has a team full of advantageous types with really good coverage, and Claire's got like the one Pokemon in the game that has almost no weaknesses it can't counter. Where are we? Right. Right, we put our flyer away. That said, you know, at least Silver/Jesse is at least he proved himself in that battle. The fact that we didn't win, like that was me failing to hold up my end of the bargain. His team actually did great. Maybe if I come back with a better team this time, along with him doing as well as he did last time, then the two of us actually would make a pretty good team and we can do it. Hopefully, hopefully. Penguin says his Quilava, which was actually Typhlosion, got absolutely dunked on, but his Crobat is amazing. It is! And that's also just further proof of his character development, that he has a Crobat, because like Zach pointed out, that's a friendship mon. Penguin says, poor Typhlosion, so bottom tier I don't even remember it. Blair says the Typhlosion only got dunked on because LOL Gyarados. No, the Typhlosion was fine. It's just, yeah, that's not a good matchup for it. Typhies are good. Be nice to Typhies. Unlike that Gyarados. That Gyarados was not nice to Typhies. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, the fact that Lance's half of the team is level 68 is kind of a problem. And once again, the poor Typhlosion just gets absolutely dunked on. Gwen says, that embarrassing one in the weird costume. Yeah, Claire's fetish suits are as a thing, isn't it? Okay, well, at least we have... Oh yeah, you tried to do it again, didn't you? So already we're off to a slightly better start in that we don't have paralyzed. We don't have paralyzed. We don't have paralysis. Let's throw out some screens while we're here. Oh, dang! Nice shot! I was going to put up a screen so that you didn't do as much damage. That's not good. Damn you. Well, a little late on that, dear, but at least you got it. Also, that's probably going to take you out, because that's a special attack, isn't it? Oh my gosh! Well done! So eventually I should probably, like, switch into trying to, you know, actually help with this battle, but, no, I shouldn't say it like that, because the screens are helping. The screens are the reason we're not paralyzed right now, and that's going to keep incoming damage down, too. But we should be, like, trying to kill stuff? I don't know, but I feel like we need a light screen, too, just because they do so dang much damage. Plus, your Crobat is awesome, and that can at least get the Dragonair off the board. And that's why we have screens up. Okay. That just made me feel like that was the right decision after all. But now we're going to need to switch into something that can fight back. Take care, teleporting. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, Rock Biter's strong against ice. Jerks. In return, you can eat this. Please tell me you got the Kingdra. Nice! And that was the screens absolutely saving that Crobat, so Empress did her part too. And down goes the Gyarados, so this is already going better. Hey, you actually got a cell phone. We didn't get any of those last time. No, not a cell phone, a self-own, as in it hurt itself in its confusion. Now, I know Thunderbolt's going to be super effective against Charizard, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to kill it. And I kind of want to get this Kingdra off the board too. I think it'll be super effective against you too. Yeah, let's just go for the safer target there. Because I knew you were going to do that anyway. I knew you were going to do that anyway. I really thought Rock Biter was going to be able to survive it. That was my mistake. But... Silver's out of Pokemon, so this is going to be an actual handicap match for the rest of the battle. That's great. I was really hoping that would kill you. God damn it. Oh, right. Lance kind of has a Hyper Beam fetish. I forgot. Okay, well, at the very least, this outspeeds, and... Oh, right, and you had to recharge anyway. And this should at least get another one of Lance's Mon off the board, which is really important because Lance's Mon are the level 68 ones. Jerk. I think maybe we can at least get the Kingdra off the board before Orin falls asleep. Unless that happens. Level 75? I didn't even see that until the chat pointed out. Wow, okay. And this is still a handicap match, isn't it? Okay. What can we do? What can we even do against that? Because it's just going to one-shot anything that it outspeeds. Especially now that the screens have worn off. Like, an Ice Beam would kill it, but there's no way that Oracle's going to live that long. Dragonite would just go first and just probably just like flamethrower it and flamethrower him, and that's game. What's everyone's speed stats even look like? You're pretty fast. You're not. You kind of are. You're not. Kind of are. So Priscilla is the fastest mon on our team. If she can't outspeed, then no one can. So what happens if I just let her go full outrage? Can she outspeed that Dragonite? Or the Kingdra, or like anyone? Yeah, okay, good. That's good at least. He goes first, that's good news. That's probably going to drop Priscilla, but that's fine. We can revive her, and the fact that she outspeeds means that we can get this. We can do this. We got this. Especially because you keep nerfing your special attack every time you do that. Okay, so we're good at this point. We're actually in a pretty good position at this point. It doesn't look like we are. But I'm not sweating this at this point. Okay, now I kind of am. No, that's fine. We still got this. We still got this. We just... How are we going to do this? Okay, so... We're going to revive Priscilla. It doesn't even need to be a max revive, because like every time we bring Priscilla on the board, she's going to get a turn off, do an outrage, and then die. Like, it doesn't matter if I have her at full health or she revives with like 1 hit point. That's what's going to go down every time anyway. So we put her up. And if we just keep doing that, eventually we're going to get there. And let's bring back the rest of our team as well, just to give us a little more breathing room here. Yeah, keep protecting yourselves. We're not actually trying to fight you at this point. Nice, thank you for powering up Flash Fire, though. Blair says, it is a lot better than it looks. Yeah. Especially because Lance's Dragonite nerfed itself with Draco Meteor, indeed. And now that we're bringing these other guys back, again, Priscilla is going to go out there, outrage, die, and then every time we switch in someone, we'll just revive Priscilla, repeat. She will bring this team down eventually. We might need to keep throwing revives at the problem until it's solved, but it will be solved. Like, we're going to win. I know we're going to win. That's probably going to take out Gamork, but that's fine. Wow, okay. You guys working together couldn't take out Gamork, huh? Gamork is... I did not think of Gamork as Evolmon as tanky, but... Okay. Sure. Blair says, Safeguard, Fire Punch, Draco Meteor, Hyper Beam. 2 of them are special attack based, and 1 Gamork literally eats for lunch. That's true. Right. Okay. Okay. Flare, you just... Yeah. So, Safeguard isn't an offensive move. Fire Punch, Gamork just eats because of Flash Fire. Draco Meteor and Hyper Beam, its special attack is down to nothing. So yeah, you're right. We actually don't even need to switch back to Priscilla. Gamork, there is nothing Lance's Dragonite can do to Gamork at this point. We can maybe, you know, heal the poor thing. Lance's Dragonite's going to have to rest this turn. I don't think Claire's Dragonite's going to be able to do anything particularly scary. Claire says, Claire still has Thunder, yeah. But it missed, and that was a really lucky miss. So, let's take out Claire's Dragonite, because that's actually the bigger threat at this point, believe it or not, even though it's 15 levels lower. But we have a very powered-up, flash-fired flamethrower at this point. So you will just protect yourself. Of course you will. It was a good try. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see you do that twice in a row. Oh, you tried. Didn't get you very far, did it? I forgot it wasn't very effective. Okay, fine. Let's see what a Dark Pulse does on you, then. You'll just protect yourself again. Okay. Oh, they're just going full-on stall annoyance mode now, aren't they? That's fine, though. I'm fine with this. That takes the pressure off of this battle. Like, we've won. We've already won at this point. The rest is them just dragging out the ending because they're being bad sports. That's fine. That'll take you down to fully nerfed, like, -6 attack, special attack. Yeah. Your special attack is absolute rock bottom at this point. We're not afraid of you anymore. This one over here could be a bit of a problem, but not you. 200 points, how much? Yeah, that's gonna be fine. Yeah, keep trying to do that. It's not gonna hurt anymore. You ran out of special attack. You used it all. Or it could crit. That's fine. Remember when I said plan A was gonna be just to have Priscilla go in and go on an outrage spree anyway? Guess what? She still outspeeds. So one of you's going down this turn unless we get unlucky with the protect again. Yeah, that's fine. I knew it was going to do that. That's why I only gave her a normal revive instead of a max. Because her job is to go in there, outspeed the opponent, get an outrage off once, die, and repeat. I said in the beginning that was the plan. And that still is the plan. So now all we need is another regular revive. Let's bring Priscilla back. This might cost us, like, Auron might drop on this turn, but that's fine. We'll just bring Priscilla back and repeat. Claire says revive his status healers. Thank you. I can never remember. Wow, that was kind of a bad hyper beam. I guess that's what happens when you just completely bottomed out your special attack, isn't it? Okay. One of you's dying this turn, unless, like, the only way this isn't a kill is if Claire uses Protect, because that's a priority move, I think, and then that's the one that Outrage targets. Nope. Okay. Bye. Down you go again. That's fine. We'll bring you back again. Thank you for the work. Claire says, honestly, at this point, Oracle could finish it. Honestly, so could Rockbiter if you're going to keep trying to do the Protect spam. Penguin says, Lance's level 75 Dragonite can't Draco Meteor a level 55 Starmie, but somehow Cassandra was able to own things without stab and with a -4 handicap. Was she? I don't remember that. Zach says, after that protect box, Rockbiter can do this. Yeah, that's what I just said. Says Claire, I'm going to push you into this freaking pond. Zach says, Cassandra, oh, Dragonite. Right. Yeah, no, Cassandra, now you've got me doing it. Claire knows she's lost. Claire knows that she's lost. She's just being a sore loser at this point. Like, this battle is over. They're just stalling out the ending as long as they can just to be obnoxious. But we got him. We got him. It's over. I think she has one more Pokemon after this, but it's oh no, that was it. Okay. Penguin says, you know, that actually fits the characterization. Doesn't it, though? That's Claire to a T, isn't it? Zach says, get dunked on. Thank you for the work. Claire and Lance can officially get worked on. Penguin says, Claire is desperate to win, uses loads of stalling tactics. Lance is just a bully who cheats himself under-leveled Dragonites and brings a level 70 team to a level 60 battle. Yeah, that's correct. That, honestly, it suits both of them. Zach says, I honest to God just flipped them both off hard enough to sprain my middle fingers somehow. Whoops. Aww. Penguin says, Claire genuinely had the better team here, but Lance has a tougher fight purely because of his sheer numbers. That makes sense. Like, all of that, like, as hacks as it was perfectly in character for everyone involved. Down to Claire just taking, like, the sore loserist way to stall out the end of that battle, even after she knew it was over. Because, of course she did. Claire says the rematch champion fight is Gyarados 68, Charizard 68, Salomon 72, Altaria 72, Garchomp 73, Dragonite 75. That's severe. Penguin says, is it being a sore loser, or is she simply showing you her determination, refusing to give in even when the odds defy her? It's being a sore loser because she was spamming Protect like 5 times in a row. She wasn't even trying to win. She just wanted me to take as long as I could for me to win. She wasn't actually trying to beat me, or else she would have used offensive moves. You're not gonna win just by, like, trying to get lucky by getting a Protect off, like, multiple times in a row. All you're doing is trying to, like, force your opponent into an oops, I have to go to bed forfeit win. Alright, sorry about that. How are you feeling, girl? Yeah, you deserve to relax after that. In fact, let's save. Blair says, that is a team that Oracle solos if it outspeeds. Gyarados accepted. Okay, so that took a lot longer than I was expecting it to, but we finally got that taken care of. So the final stop on tonight's journey. Let's do some archaeology, shall we? What team do we need for this? We need our HM users back. You came first. You... 27th, okay. Trying to put together a team of Mons that we haven't seen as much of in the last couple entries. You know, just give everyone here some exposure anyway, though we do need our HM users back for this. So I know Oren's been a bit overlooked lately. I don't know. Yeah, I think you You could use a bit more time in the sun. And Melodic Spear Tomb, Togekiss, Lucario, Garchomp. What's their last one again? Roserade and Diamond Pearl at least. And Platinum was a Gallade, I think. Unless I'm getting it mixed up. Someone in the Elite Four had a Gallade. Anyway, that's a pretty good archaeology team, I think. Wait, no, I'm wrong. The whole reason we've been putting the ruins of Alpha out off for this long is because there are some special event legendaries that we need for this. So let's make 2 more slots on the team. You can go back and you can go back because you had a good outing there. I think you deserve a rest. And then in exchange, we need this Sky Lugia that we just caught last session. And we need one of our 2 Arceus's, Arceus. So there are 2 ways that have been coded to receive an Arceus in Gen 4. One is a special mystery gift where they just straight up gave you the Arceus, whatever. The other, there's an event. There's an in-game event where they give you an item called the Azure Flute. You can use the Azure Flute, and this is in Diamond Pearl, by the way. This isn't in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But in Diamond Pearl Platinum also, you take the Azure Flute, you go to the Sky Pillar, you can actually unlock a new room where there's an Arceus in-game, and you can fight it and capture it, and then at that point, you can rename it, and that's where Fancy Poo here comes from, because he was an asshole and deserves it, like a lot of our legendaries. Penguin says, yeah, the Azure Flute was programmed but never distributed. Blair says, never fight the wild Arceus. Never again, never again. We tried that. We actually, you'll notice that it was caught using a Master Ball. We actually did try to fight this Arceus. We gave it a good go. We eventually gave up and resorted to the Master Ball, but we tried first, but it was gonna kick our ass. And we forgot to save, and it just, yeah, no, that, it needed the Master Ball. Anyway, so the Ruins of Alph, there's a special event where if you take an Arceus with you, and we'll take the mystery gift one. But this is actually a 2-part event where if you take an Arceus with you, either the mystery gift one or the wild one, then you can unlock a special cutscene, do a bunch of cool stuff and everything, and get a prize for that. It's your choice of one of the 3 creation legendaries from Diamond Pearl. There's actually a 2-part cutscene where if you come back with the other Arceus, so it knows the difference between a mystery gift Arceus and a wild Arceus. So if you bring one and then the other, there's like a second half to that cutscene. So we will come back. It'll be 2 trips, but we'll do it one at a time. So we'll only bring the mystery gift Arceus first. Blair says, you want to talk about sore loser, bad manners? Look at his moveset. I did, in fact, also give it a good go. It killed itself with struggle before I could catch it. Yeah, our Lugia did that a couple times. It's got a very low PP moveset, doesn't it? Anyway, so we've got, you need Ho-Oh and you need both the Archeuses, but you only need them one at a time. And that's why we haven't done the Ruins of Elf yet, even though they're like off the third town in the game. So we've been ignoring them this entire time. This goes back all the way to like the beginning of the game. You could get here in like the first 20 minutes of the game if you wanted to, but we just haven't, because there are things you can, even though you can get to the Ruins of Elf like immediately, like you can only get all the stuff in there if you bring a Ho-Oh specifically. And it's not just like whichever one is the version you're playing, it has to be a Ho-Oh. So if you're playing SoulSilver, sucks to be you. And both the event Archeuses. So Blair says, refresh and recover means you cannot keep it at low HP or status. And Hyper Beam from a level 80 legendary means basically just screw you. Yeah, the wild Arceus is... The wild Arceus is awful. It's one of those mons that I think that's what the Master Ball was made for, because if you don't use it on that, what are you going to use it on? But we did try just to say we tried, and then we used the Master Ball when the battle, like, predictably turned south. So we are now at the Ruins of Elf. Like I said, it doesn't take a lot to get here. Feel free to explore the ruins and become a fossil professor. Okay. These ruins haven't been explored very hard, apparently, if that was just, like, right there, but... Now, it was worth trying because the music when you face the wild Arceus, the Azure Flute Arceus, is incredible. It's worth hearing that song and, you know, at least giving the round, you know, giving it a couple, like, fighting it until you're basically, like, down to your last Pokemon anyway, you know, just to say you tried, and then you use the Master Ball. But, you know, it was good while it lasted. Zach says, which makes me all the madder that, oh. Yeah. Sorry to hear. It's a mysterious hall. Please watch your step. Sure. Let's take a picture of our archaeology team, I guess. That's going to look interesting in the album. Whoops. So another thing we're going to be doing here, every time we see a rock, or like a rock smashable rock, we're going to break all of them, even if they're like not really blocking the way to anything, or like there's no appreciable reason to do that, because you can randomly find fossils in here by doing that. Like more old ambers and dome fossils and stuff like that. Blue shards, you know. You can get stuff for it. And the catch is that sometimes we, you know, run into a Geodude, but get wrecked. Up here then. This takes us back to somewhere we've already been, right? Yeah, okay. So there are a couple different entrances to the Ruins of Elf, apparently. Not sure which one we should start with, actually. Guess just pick one, because we're going to be exploring them all anyway. Let's start with a little one. Welcome to this chamber. Okay. This Pokemon hides on the seafloor and watches the shore with eyes on its back. I feel like there should be a way to rotate this. Thing that says you can rotate the pieces. Yeah, how? Oh, okay. Controls on that are not great, but okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's... Oh. There. Oh. I was gonna check out the other part of that room first, but... So here's the question. Do we care about unknown completion? It's a strange presence here, which reminds me. Does it still have... You can only hear this in the Ruins of Elf. It doesn't really serve any purpose. There's no text involved. It's just a vaguely spooky sounding little jingle. but we found a D. I guess we can throw some balls at it. Not a master ball, that's for damn sure. There it says, I stepped away for 2 seconds and Celine gets the D. Zach says, we found the D. I guess we can throw some balls at it. I love you guys. Got an I. Really, though, we could just use a repel and, like, not bother with these. Because, like, what is this for, anyway? Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't care about unknowns in this game that much. Especially not when they're like level 5 and they just do not have any moves. Thank you for the clip. Oh, that just takes us right to here. Okay. Escape. This is the one where you use an escape rope, right? That just magically solves the puzzle. Yep. Our something LA. What's that first one? Our clan entered words in this place. They sure did. Good for you guys. Now we're right back here again. Cool music, though. I'll give them that. Zach says he just had the most hilarious mental image, Pokemon Wheel of Fortune, where instead of turning over letters, Pokeballs with unknowns in them open up. That is actually pretty incredible. Penguin says, oh, do you have the other item you'll need, Celine? I forget what it is, but don't tell me. I'll find out when I find it. I don't want to have everything spoiled. I had that part spoiled, but there may be some mysteries that I want to at least try first anyway. Oh. Absolutely nothing over here. That's good to know. Access spins the wheel, lands on a Graveler. Graveler uses explosion, wipes out all the players' money. Isn't that just Voltorb flip? There's one over there. Okay. Okay, but in the meantime, we've got another... Light. Light, light, light. Sunstone. Not the Sunstone, is it? Oh, someone using Flash. Right. Okay. Right. I remember now. Thank you, Zach. Says Celine, where are you? I'm in the ruined elf. Why? Our clan created Pokemon statue outside. This Pokemon knew no fear and flew as it pleased through the skies long ago. God, the rotating controls are awful. Come on. Take the one between the tail one time. Pretty sure this one... Oh no, that's not the one between the tail. Come on. This one? That one looks correct to me, but... Oh, the foot one, okay. Okay, how do you get over there? Oh, there's more surfing on the other side, isn't there? Let's go around. Yeah, there's a surfable stretch of water over there. Oh. Yeah, no thank you. Well, it just takes us right back to here, though. So what good did that do us? Like, that accomplished actually nothing. It says maybe surf south. Nope, there's nothing down there. Human says, so we've had light, we've had escape. There are two more, right? Yes. What? Thank you, I guess. So we got that one. There's nothing in here, right? This is just the exit for when you, fall down any of the other holes. So we need to figure out how to get to that one, which it looks like there's a way around there. I see a cave entrance there. It couldn't be. There is a hole in that cave on the south side, but there's no... It says Union Cave. Refresh my memory. That's gonna be Where's Union Cave? Is it even on the map? Oh, Union Cave. Oh, okay. Alright. We'll take a detour. Two exits in Union Cave's basement lead to Owl. Hello, I was told there was a Union Cave around here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Access. Sorry, I have to take off. It's getting a little late for me. Good night, everyone. Oh, take care. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Even been here before? Was this where we got the Lapras? The Friday Lapras? Blair says, enjoy a million Zubats. I've got a better idea, actually. Yeah, I think we've done this before. This is Lapras Cave. Okay. Okay. So we just need to find the Alf exits. Did we not go this way before? We did this cave. Huh, interesting. You're gonna be like level 16 or something, aren't you? Oh, 23. Okay. Still not exactly a challenge at this stretch in the game, but oh, Penguin says you didn't have Surf. Yeah. I thought you needed Surf to get the Lapras, though. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Penguin says, I think this is a different path, so you probably didn't come this way to get Lapras. There's another guy right over there who says he lives here, but okay. Penguin says, yeah, Lapras room is a pretty straight shot from the top of the cave, so this would be a completely separate route. Okay. Well, we'll see where this goes, I guess. Okay. Found one of the Ruins of Elf exits anyway. so there are trainers here. It says, yeah, okay, back there after that second hiker was a fork. Both of the routes you could take there come to Alf. Okay. Penguin says, wow, the game kind of expects you to come visit this place way earlier. Sure does. Ho-oh. Okay, yeah. Wonder what the solution to that could be. Oh, I thought it needed to be in the lead. Okay, just the fact that we have Ho in our party's enough. Fair enough. Hey, a life orb. I don't know if we're gonna use that, but it's cool to have just in case. It's a good option anyway. Need to walk with them. We leave here for the sake of them. Oh, we humans need to walk with them. We leave here for the sake of them. Interesting. See, the problem is that now we have to go all the way back through Union Cave again to get the other fork, don't we? Because that's a one-way drop, isn't it? That's kind of an obnoxious detour. Not gonna lie. And that's... We actually have to do that 4 more times, no, 3 more times, because there's the slidey puzzles that also just drop you straight down when you solve them too, but... Okay, we'll get hiking. Yeah, so every time you do one of the jigsaws or one of the special doors, it just drops you down. Gotta go through Union Cave again. Oh, I thought we still had a rappel going. Whoops. So we're just gonna be walking around, just coming back to this part like 3 more times. That's map design right there. God, and it's such a long way to Union Cave, too. Penguin says, I'm sure there's a way to do each room's jigsaw and the riddle in one go. They're, like, yes and no. If you do the jigsaw, it just drops you straight down. If you do the riddle, it opens that room where you can loot stuff, and then there's a hole down. And I guess maybe you don't have to take that hole. But if you don't, you miss out on the cool lore text there, which I kind of want to see. Penguin says, pretty sure you could fly to the Poke Center at Union Cave's entrance straight from Alf. Really? Okay. We'll try that next time. That actually does shorten the trip a little, at least. Yes. Oh. Missed the call. Okay. Wasn't that important anyway. Penguin says, don't both the holes lead to the same underfloor room, though? Yeah, they do. Which is why it's a one-way drop. So now we'll come out here. This time we'll do the jigsaw puzzle. And it's going to drop us down right to where we were before when we went to that other room. This Pokemon with 7 feathers of 7 colors flies through the sky, according to legend. Wonder who that could be. Well, this is kind of an obnoxious puzzle, though. Oh no, wait, where is your head, actually? There, I think. Okay. With the hose, right? No, I know how to do this puzzle. It's just the touchscreen controls. Okay. Maybe that's not where his head goes. Come on! Rotate! My God. Okay. What did we mess up on? It's probably these two, because they look frickin' identical. No, I was probably right the first time. Oh, I'll bet it's those corner pieces. On. Okay. Yeah, okay. No? Penguins is I think the top right one goes on the top edge. This one you mean? So like oh yeah, maybe. Okay, 1 second. Penguin says swap the two corners. Aha. Okay, I'm just looking up the solution because this is officially solved enough, if you ask me, but like you can very clearly tell that like this is in fact a ho-oh. Like the pieces we're swapping here are virtually identical. This is just not a good puzzle. I'm sorry, but it's... Rotate! Thank you. Yeah, that... Penguin says, that's totally a ho-oh, damn it. Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I just gave up and looked it up, because, I mean, really now. Penguin says, Ho's feather patterns are bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. No, well, we can fly to Azalea. It might just be shorter to go out from Azalea, but... Anyway, one more, secret door and one more puzzle. Oh, this goes through the rock cave, doesn't it? Never mind. I'm not going through an entire extra cave just to go through... Wait, no, that is Union Cave. Okay. Okay, so... How to get to Alf from this Union Cave entrance? Oh, that just takes us right up there. Okay. Okay, that's a little shorter at least. So we've done everything on that fork. So now we'll go this way. Ah, Penguin has redeemed Take a Sip. It's important to stay hydrated when you're doing nonsense sliding puzzles. 10-legged Pokemon that swims on the bottom of the sea and eats plankton. Penguin says, look, everyone's in bed. Someone has to make sure you take care of yourself while you're spelunking. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Spelunking is hard, exhausting, thirsty work. That's clearly wrong. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you're right. This one's slightly less bullshit than the Ho-Oh one. Oh wait, no, I think we got it there. There we go. Okay, Route 32. We've got a battle after this. But we're so close! I thought we still had a repel. And the game says N for no, you did not. Penguin says, actually, can you use an escape rope from this room? Where does it take you? We'll find out in just a second. Penguin says, I thought I still had a repel. N. Oh, okay, thanks God. Direct nuzzle. I mean, if you want to slide into our DMs, maybe? Oh, right, I was supposed to use an escape rope. Sorry, 1 second. Or our DNs, as the case may be. Oh, wow, okay. That's handy. Thank you. That saved a lot of time. I kind of wish we knew that earlier, but excellent. Thank you so much. At least we got that one. Water. Penguin already told us to take a sip, but thank you. No? We have a water type here. Oh, we might need to use surf. Rock Smash, Flash. Whirlpool? No. Waterfall? Penguin says scroll through your non-restorative items. Oh, a water stone? Is that what this is all about? Sunstone, a moonstone. Got a thunderstone. Yeah, no, we're gonna go need to get a water stone, aren't we? Well, at least we saved that one trip through Union Cave for a little while there. Ah. Where do you get a water stone anyway? That's in the Goldenrod department store. Just has those, right? Let me look that up. One moment. Finite methods, Seafoam Island, Sea Cottage. Okay. Repeatable methods. Route 42, the bug catching contest. Pokeathlon Dome. But only on Fridays. But, good news. Guess what day it is? We just happened to be playing this game on the one day where you can get a water stone from the Pokeathlon. Excuse me, one of the 4 days. So I guess we had about a 50% chance of that luck, but still. And there it is. Okay. That was fortunate. You can get it from the Pokeathlon Dome on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And Penguin says you could also get one every Tuesday from Route 42, thanks to the weekday siblings. Fortunately, we're playing this on a Friday, so that was an option. Oh, didn't we also have... Yeah, we've got a thing on Route 32. Let's just do that while we're here anyway. Penguin says, see, I would have figured Water, Thunder, and Firestones would be in the Celadon department store inventory, but I guess not. That's what I was thinking, too. So we were almost out of luck there, which, yeah, that would have been annoying. But we're good. We're good. Let's just go ahead and save too, because it's been a while. What do you think about this whole journey? Well, glad at least one of us is having a good time anyway. Now, this has been a good session. It's just been the Ruins of Elf design is slightly obnoxious. Not gonna lie, but we're good. We're good. There's a lot of lore going on here. We had some really cool moments. Penguin says tiring? Yeah. Well, we just about got it though. We've got like literally just one more, right? We just need to go back with the water stone. Oh, and then the Sinjo ruins, but that happens after we solve all the other puzzles, I think. Penguin says, and unfortunate that everyone else had to sleep. That's what happens when you stream after midnight, Celine. No, that's fine. We've got the VOD. Yes, I know. I'll get all your berries later. Just stop letting Mom watch, like, the all berries all the time QVC. Why does that channel even exist? Penguin says, oh my god, Mom, please just buy a subscription. Like the Berry of the Month Club or something. Speaking of which, how are ours doing, by the way? Penguin says, like those food to your door services, but for berries. Penguin says, ah yes, the squirt pot. Yeah, it's handy. It beats having to go to try to remember wherever I planted them out in the wild. I'll give it that. Okay. Water. Penguin says, I love that Heart Gold Soul Silver has a pot that's shaped like a Squirtle, but Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, you get a friggin' bucket. Yeah, in Heart Gold Soul Silver, you get the aptly named Squirt Bottle. Get it? But meanwhile, over in Diamond Pearl Platinum, it's the Spray Dock instead. They possess power to sense with mind and... Repeat? No. Outside. What's that second to last word? They possess power to sense with mind and RE something E something T. Outside. One moment, please. Jacked outside? REJCT? Yeah. They possess power to sense with mind and reject outside. I don't get what that means, but okay. I mean, sensing with mind and rejecting outside sounds like most of our streamer friends, but Penguin says, oh, they're a defense system. Okay. They guard the ruins. I get it. So we've now solved all the puzzles, gotten all the cool items. Where are the Sinjo ruins? One moment. They sense intruders and then reject them with their absolutely sparkly magic fart power attack. Well, you know, they tried, I guess. Penguin says, okay, I think you need to go into the shack and put Arceus in the lead. Aha, okay. That's just a little imposing. Having the giant Arceus just kind of following us around like that. Yeah, you just look a little, Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I just have God with me, you know, no big. Um, Oh, hey! Well, at least now we know where the Sinjo ruins are located, by which I mean they're in a speech bubble very far north of here. Okay. Cool music, too. It says, yeah, the Sinjo ruins are somewhere in between Johto and Sinnoh, hence the name. Fair enough. Penguin says, before you go, deposit someone. Guessing we don't need Sky Lugia anymore. Actually, let's go back to the special page first. I'm glad you like it. Okay. They're cleaned up. Well, look. And then I just kind of gesture at Lugia. Like, look. Tell me I'm wrong. Cynthia leads a busy life. Mystery stage, huh? A single Arceus and nothing else to get on the stage. So, yeah, this game is aware of the fact that there's more than one Arceus. Oh, we have to deposit everything except a single Arceus. Okay. Nixon says, I'm gonna need some room, okay? Trust me. Well, I mean, I've seen her in her Garchomp. There's I've seen the art. She's adventurous. Speed enters the mystery stage at last. It's Palkia, the master of space and dimensions. Here's Dialga, the guardian of time. Here's Giratina, the ruler of the worlds on the opposite side of ours. Choose one of the circles. Want to be well prepared? Excuse me? Well, okay, so I believe this is basically saying we get one of the creation trio given to us, and we have a Dialga already because, you know, we have Diamond. And I think we have a Giratina from Diamond as well because it's post-game in Diamond. So Palkia would be the one we're missing, so we'll start with this one. But I believe we can actually get two, because if we come back with the other Arceus, we can do this again. But it only works on those two. So we can't get all three, but we can at least get two. So basically we can get a Palkia and probably the other Giratina. Because the Dialga already has an Adamant Orb, so I think we're fine there. But Palkia is the important one, anyway. Oh, hello. Um... I... Right, so we got a Palkia with a Lustrous Orb. And that's the reason we chose that one first, because we don't have a Palkia, because we have Diamond, is our other Gen 4 game. Giratina, even if the other Arceus doesn't work, we at least have a Giratina, but we don't have a Griseous Orb. So this would be a good way to... That'd be our second choice if we get to do that again with the other Arceus. But that was... something. It says Pokemon eggs aren't eggs, they're magical cradles created by Pokemon God at the moment a Pokemon is born to protect them and nurture them so they grow strong. Yeah. Apparently. So how do we do that again? So later, after the players visited the Sinjo ruins with either an event Arceus or an Arceus caught in the Hall of Origin, they may take the other Arceus to the ruins of Elf and be Okay, so basically just put this guy away and get the other one. Yeah, that was wild. Also, you left me in the ruins of Elf without a PC. So I'm just going to have to walk back to the nearest town. Thank you for that. It says, I'm so glad nobody spoiled that cut. Yeah, that was, like, I knew the basic mechanics, you know, bring an Arceus, get a level 1 version of the creation trio of your choosing with their special held item. They didn't tell me there was going to be, you know, a cutscene involved. Let alone that it was gonna look like that. Okay, in my defense, that wasn't a red roof, okay? That wasn't red. That was brown. Anyway, let's swap the event Arceus out for Fencipoo and see if we can do that again. Or I guess we don't need a flyer with us, do we? If we're just going to be going... We're just going to be walking right back anyway. Okay, that's definitely the other Arceus. We started with the event one. So now we have the other one. So in theory, do we just, like, repeat the same steps? Like, go back to that shack again and just... It says, also, yeah, if you thought that was wild, you should absolutely play Legends Arceus someday. You should. Okay, so how do you go back to the Shinjin? How do you go back to the Shinjin again? We have the other Arceus. Oh, okay, you just go back down. And we just go right up on stage and just get our... Let's talk to someone again. Because, yeah, the data is here for the game to notice, like, hey, you're back, and have, like, a part 2 to that whole cutscene and everything. I think. Yeah. Cynthia's gone back to Sinnoh. Okay, so there's not going to be a guided tour this time. I guess you just go back on the stage and pick the other symbol you want. Which, like I said, we've already got a Dialga with the Adamant Orb, because, hi, we played Diamond. We just got a Palkia, so Giratina's going to be our second... Penguin says even the game simps for Cynthia. We will indeed choose Giratina. And now we get to watch all this happening again. This is like when Zyzie beat Tail of the Sun. Yeah, that is, even having seen that before, that is just wild. That is a sight to behold. Says, okay, but this explains why NPCs are adamant that nobody has ever seen a Pokemon egg being laid and why they never know where they came from. It kind of does, actually. How did you know? Are you stalking us? Do you have spies? Whew! Penguin has redeemed Do a Self-Care after all that. Well, let's get our party sorted first. Actually, who do we want? Oh, we want our HM users along with... Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess we can just have, like, just our HM users. Penguin says, which at this point might be okay, end the stream and go take care of yourselves. I was gonna go catch the Latios. That's, like, the last thing we have to do. Just one more, because the Latios is still taunting us, and that's like the last thing. And we're like this close. So I'm not going to... How should we do this? Because I'm going to do a self-care. I'm going to give you your points worth. I'm not just going to ignore that and like push on, because that's the opposite of the point of this. But I don't want to take like a 15-minute break and then come back and just play for like 10 more minutes. But I don't want to end the stream without getting a Latios. That was like the last thing we were going to do. So, let's... You should be good. Let's get that party. Penguin says that freaking Latios. It says, yeah, it's okay. If you want to do that afterward, that's fine too. Okay, would you accept us ending stream after getting Latios as an acceptable redemption of doing a self-care? How about if we get a drink in the meantime? We'll at least stay hydrated. Penguin says, I just wanted to make sure you recover after this heck of a stream. Yeah, we're gonna take good care of ourselves. I just want to make sure we're doing right by you, because it's your fluffs after all. Penguin says, only if you do a proper self-care routine and not just end stream and fall unconscious. We will end stream, get some water, do some stretches. I don't know if we're going to get some food because we already ate, and I don't know if we need more food, but well, at the very least, we'll get water and do stretches. And, like, just kind of recuperate and just take it easy, you know? Penguin says, I should get some food after this, though. Good grief, Celine, you've been going late. My sleep schedule is stupid, is why. It's like late lunch, early dinner time for me right now. Because I have really bad sleep apnea, it turns out. So I was asleep for the last like 16 hours or so. And I finally just did the stream when I woke up, and yeah, it's been a thing. Right, I'm on the wrong thing. I need to find Latios. You're right there! What a troll! So, this happened off-screen. But we did run into Latios a couple more times and gave him another false swipe and also put him to sleep. So he should be starting this battle, you know, at 1 HP and asleep, at which point we're just going to throw a quick ball at him, and that's probably going to be our best odds of success. And either it's going to work, or it'll wake up and he'll flee. And that's just... Penguin says, so now he's just flying around to sleep. Yep, exactly. And we did actually remember to bring quick balls to this encounter, right? That'd suck if we were, like, out of quick balls. First of all, oh no. Oh no. And we can't go get more because he's right there and he won't stay there. Okay, so new plan. We're going to throw an Ultra Ball. It's probably not going to work. Penguin says Latios continues to troll. Yeah, he knew we forgot to buy quick balls and that's why he stayed. So we're going to throw an Ultra Ball. It's probably not going to work. He's probably going to escape. And then once he's gone anyway, then we'll just fly to Pewter, get some quick balls this time, and try and track that asshole down again. Yeah, I have 2 Master Balls, but I'm saving them. One's from Mewtwo. I don't know what the other one's going to be for, but I feel like we've come this close to getting Latios without one. We'll be okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I figured was going to happen, so now let's, Penguin says, okay, it's only respectful to put Mewtwo in a Master Ball, honestly. They deserve it. It's the Mewtwo Ball. That's why it's got an M on it. That's the way it always has been, like, all the way since, like, Gen 1. Right, so let's remember to get some quick balls this time. Excuse me? Oh, I forgot I had that. Okay. Alright, well that's another event we can do next time, maybe. Or not next time. Well, yeah, next time, because it'll be after we get Latios. Anyway, yeah, let's get a bunch of berries. You'll have to clue us in on where that part of the lore is coming in, because if that's one of the movies or something, then we need to see that. There we go. Yeah, let's get a bunch of quick balls. Okay, now where are you? Not gonna come closer, are you? Oh, you're only going further away. Okay, so, new plan. Fly back to Saffron just to reset your location. And then that way, that gives you like 4 different places you could be, 3 of which are like right next to here. So it's entirely an inference people made because of the Mega Mewtwo and the fact that Mewtwo's canonical yay changed. Later appearances are noticeably more femme sounding. Aha! No, I'm cool with that. And Latios continues to troll. But did we expect anything else? That's who he is. Okay, you're right here. Is there grass on this route? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait just a goddamn minute. You appeared on a route where there is no grass, and we can't actually encounter you. That is some next level trolling. Not right now, Arnie. And now you're going to be gone again, right? Now you went back this way. Well, at least there's grass over there. If you stay there, we might actually have an encounter. So, of course, you don't. It is just unbelievable. The sheer... Oh, no, wait, I can't go this way because I haven't done that route yet. That's actually clean getaway once it goes over there. So unless it comes back... Which it does, okay. Okay, can I get you to stay in that route this time? I hate you so goddamn much. Maybe I should end this stream early and do a self-care if I can't track this asshole down. That's right. I can't actually get him when he's in that route because there's no... You can't access the grass from this side. You have to go up from Cerulean and hope he's, like, still there. So the expert level trolling continues. Yeah, he's staying there. Just long enough for us to get to Cerulean, right? Adios. I swear to God. Okay, new plan. I'm going to encounter Latios one more time. I'm going to throw a quick ball at it. Either that's going to catch it, or it's going to escape. But either way, that's going to be the end of the stream. I'm not doing this more than once. Not when I've got a self-care redemption that's pending. And he is clearly doing this on purpose, just to tax the last bit of our reserves. But I will have one more encounter with this thing. I will throw a quick ball at it, because that's the best catch rate we're going to get. Win or lose, success or failure, blah, blah. working or not working? You are. Okay. Do we have grass around here? Let us get into an encounter of some sort. Yeah, I really didn't come here to, like, engage with trainers. I came here to just find some grass and fight. See, I'm trying to chase this incredibly rude Latios, and just go away, please. That attack stat's a little excessive, but, you know, we're in a hurry. Okay, still around, allegedly. Okay. That's not going to lead to, like, a route change, is it? Is that still part of the route? Is there grass on this route anywhere? Oh my god. Okay, now I'm below you, apparently. No, that just leads to a portal to like a... There isn't, is there? Why is Latios allowed to appear on routes where there's no grass and you can't actually, like, Latios being on this route is a lie. Because, yeah, I'm looking at the map now. There's no grass. Penguin says, can you surf encounter? He is flying. Maybe. Let's try it, I guess. This Latios is going to be the death of us. Fine. We'll reset. We'll try this again. Just one more encounter with him. That's all I ask this session. One. I'm just going to throw one quick ball at the damn thing. I'm not going to keep chasing him down until I catch him. If the first quick ball fails, that's fine. We'll end stream there anyway. Thank you, and I know you have the self-care redemption. I promise we will, in fact, do a self-care, but just... There's no grass on the cape either, is there? So close. This is literally the last thing. Oh no, wait, there's grass up here. Yeah, it's right there. But you're not still here, are you? Of course you're not. Okay, all I need you to do is just stay put. Just like one more scene transition. Okay, this is it. Last one. We've got our quick balls. We finally chased you down. You've got 1 HP, you're asleep. This will end the stream. Whether he gets in the damn ball or not, this is all I wanted, was just this one more chance. Fingers crossed. This would be a cool way to end the stream if we actually get him. Nope. Oh well. It was a good effort. It was a really good effort. We'll get him next time, maybe. And with that, we have a self-care redemption. So, we're going to save and wrap up with this, because this has been quite a session, my goodness. Quite a lot has happened. Penguin says you tried. Yeah. God knows we tried. There's been quite a lot going on here. This was a lot. And we made a lot of progress. I mean, we actually didn't make any progress as far as the plot goes, but it's like getting the events and stuff. We got the Celebi thing, we got the backstory, we got the ruins of Alf and Sinjo and like all that stuff. This was a good session, it really was. I'm going to save one more time, just in case. And that'll do it. Then, with that, we are going to out of this, switch into the wrapping up screen, and let's go find someone to raid.